Cast your mind back. The date is March the 3rd, 2017. The Nintendo Switch has just released worldwide, and a new generation of console hardware has finally fallen into the hands of excited Nintendo fans around the world, brimming with endless possibilities. A new Legend of Zelda game launches with the system, with commotion freshly brewing around the new installment in the mainline Mario series, set to release only a few months later. A new pair of controllers, the most powerful hardware Nintendo has ever produced, and a desperate need for party games which the last generation of Nintendo console sorely failed to deliver to fans' homes. All of these new possibilities and gaping holes meant only one thing was surely inevitable: a new installment in the Mario Kart franchise. Jump forward nearly 2 months to April the 27th, 2017, the day Mario Kart 8 Deluxe releases. A game built on great hardware, with great characters, great tracks, great music even, but it all feels a little stale. And that's probably because you've already played this game for the past 3 years. And now it's 2021. You've memorized every track shortcuts, you know how each character and kart combination will drive by just instinct alone, and you're looking to take your party style racing to the next level. And with precisely 0 content updates since late 2015, you can only assume that would come in the form of Mario Kart 9, right? I'm the rich homie Rob, and today I'm going to take you on a little tour of my wishlist for features and content I wish to see in the next installment of Mario Kart. A little disclaimer before we get into the start of this video, however: if you have been watching any of my Mario Kart streams recently, you may have heard me talking about some of the items on this list. However, there should be some new bits too, so watch out for those. If you are new here and don't know who I am, why not go check me out on Twitch, drop us a follow and come say hi if you see me online. I play a variety of games Sunday to Thursday, all 5:30 PM UK time, and would love to chat. I'll put the link to that and to our community Discord too in the description of this video below. Unsurprisingly, with the hundreds of hours I have in this game across both Switch and Wii U, I've got a few opinions about the franchise's direction and quite a few ideas about what I want to see in the next game. I'll break these down into a few sections, which are maps and tracks, characters/races, single player, multiplayer, and items. We'll work our way through the list in that order, so let's start by talking about the tracks. Now, it's no new feature for Mario Kart installments to feature whole cups of reimagined maps from previous generations of the game. In all honesty, it's a pretty smart way for Nintendo to rehash old ideas and sing to the tune of nostalgia, while providing great new gameplay twists on fan favourites like the gliding zones in Melody Highway and Grumble Volcano, or the anti-gravity sections on Mario Circuit or Wario Stadium. Some of my favourite tracks in Mario Kart 8 have come from the uplift of retro tracks, and I wouldn't want to see them gone. In fact, there's a whole range of old tracks I want to see make a reimagined and triumphant return. For instance, Maple Tree Race twists and turns lend themselves so naturally to anti-gravity, it would be unthinkable not to include this iconic course in the next installment. If anti-gravity does make its return, of course. Similarly, the DS version of Rainbow Road and even Waluigi Pinball would fit right into the lineup of incredible upside down and chaotic tracks we already have. Delfino Square, Yoshi Falls, and Peach Gardens all saw their debut in Mario Kart DS and were immediate hits. They were so popular, in fact, they saw an immediate remake in the very next game of the franchise, Mario Kart Wii. Sadly, with Mario Kart Wii releasing 13 years ago, we are long overdue a return of these amazing tracks, even if they are in their simplest of forms. Traffic tracks also get a lot of flack of their unpredictable obstacles, but in my opinion add a fun niche to some otherwise often boring track layouts. I'm looking at you, Toad's Turnpike, you're a glorified figure of 8. 2 traffic tracks that never failed to deliver interesting races though were Shroom Ridge from the DS and Moonview Highway from the Wii. I realise those tracks may not be for everyone though, and I've seen some pretty vocal concerns regarding traffic tracks even existing to begin with. So while these would rank highly on my own tracks wishlist, I wouldn't be surprised to never see them crop up in a Mario Kart again. And lastly, for retro tracks, 2 of my favourites that don't seem to get any love are DK Mountain from Double Dash and Daisy Circuit from the Wii. Both unique in their own regards and offering different racing styles, I would love to see some current gen polish provided to both of these tracks in a new game. And no, I hadn't forgotten about Coconut Mall because, come on, who doesn't want Coconut Mall to return? As for new tracks, where to even begin? Nintendo's library of intellectual property extends all the way to the Comet Observatory and back. There are so many great locations and areas for new tracks, I could probably make a whole video just on this topic alone. To save everyone some time, I've compiled a shortlist of areas or track ideas that I'd most like to see implemented into a new game. First of all, one, if not multiple tracks from the various kingdoms seen in Super Mario Odyssey. Whether it's racing on the streets of New Donk City, drifting through the sands of the Seaside Kingdom, or a reimagined Bowser's Castle in the style of Bowser's Kingdom, there is so much room for new tracks to be situated throughout this world. I cannot see a timeline in which Nintendo makes a new Mario Kart game and doesn't try to shoe in Odyssey's success every which way they can, and I'm expecting that to be in the form of multiple new tracks, or even one that snakes its way through multiple worlds as different zones, similar to how Mount Warrior or Big Blue currently do. Another world not given the Mario Kart love is Paper Mario. If you hadn't already spotted the nod to this segment of the franchise in my little homie logo, Paper Mario is maybe my favourite Mario art style of all time. Since the release of the first Paper Mario game in the year 2000, 7 Mario Kart games have been released and we are yet to see a fully realised Paper Mario circuit. With the Origami King's release in July of last year, this to me is another home run hit for Nintendo to make a track of. And something similar can also be said for Yoshi's Woolly and Crafted Worlds. The emphasis of material and texture in both of these installments could lead to a stunning track following a similar aesthetic and design to Ribbon Road. I'd expect this to maybe take a backseat as these two Yoshi games aren't exactly new and Nintendo haven't announced any plans to make a new game in that series, but I would still love to see them make an appearance nonetheless. Moving further down the Mario timeline is an idea I have for a super retro themed track. Picture this, the track is an uphill climb across the steel girders from the original Donkey Kong game, with the added challenge of having to dodge Donkey Kong's barrels, similar to the Fruit Shoot game mode from Fall Guys. The need for careful driving with the added chaos of avoiding incoming barrels, as well as the usual onslaught of shells and bananas, can only do wonders to help showcase part of the history of the Mario franchise. And finally, stepping outside of the Mario universe, we open up a whole new realm of possibilities for new track ideas. With the release of Mario Kart Live and rumours of a new Nintendogs game on the horizon, would it be so far-fetched to suggest a shrunken course based in a photorealistic living room with giant puppies bounding around? Could we see Kirby's homeworld of Planet Popstar host a race in the future? How about a street circuit race in Pallet Town from Pokemon? The Super Smash Bros. Series has already smashed open the gates on game and universe crossovers. I think it's only a matter of time before that cements itself further into Mario Kart as well. So, what about the characters and races? Well, we've said it. We've dropped the Smash Bros. Bob-omb on the conversation, and now the doors are wide open for any and all characters to hop in a car and get racing. And while I would definitely appreciate the opportunity to race as Toon Link or the Wii Fit trainers, that comes with expectations. The variety introduced in Smash Bros. Ultimate does lend itself to being one of the greatest fighting games ever created in terms of its roster, but that's in part because nearly every character has a unique moveset and features outside of just how they look. In Mario Kart, each character is only defined by one of 3 weight classes, and that's really the extent of what each choice of character means outside of the personal choice or very minor hidden stat changes. And that's okay. If you see me play Mario Kart Online, I love switching between characters based on how I'm feeling that day. There's no character I'm uncomfortable on because of the only slight differences in how each character drives. We already have Bowser's Koopalings, who besides some different voice lines and slight model changes, are clones of their weight class parents. And we couldn't mention similar characters without bringing up the choice of rainbow colours of Yoshis and Shy Guys. We might even expect the same thing to occur if Samus is brought into the game, with a Dark Samus variant. I'd love to see more characters introduced, but my issue is that I want them to mean something in the game, and not just be thrown in for the sake of franchise diversity. Although knowing Nintendo, this is almost exactly what we might come to expect in an upcoming Mario Kart game, all I ask is that they make the characters make sense as to why they're racing and why they're in the game. Nintendo, if you do try to cram in any old intellectual property you can find, give me something wild to match. Show me a paper version of Bowser that's just as big as the regular Bowser in size, but is actually a lightweight class racer. Give me Timmy and Tommy Nook sat in the same seat, both trying to drive the same car together. I'll gladly have the likes of Funky Kong and Birdo back, but for out-of-franchise characters, I want you to show me why the character is in the game. Which leads me on to my next topic, the single-player experience. Mario Kart has never existed to have a story. You load up the game, select a racer in a cup, and away you go. Rinse and repeat. And it's worked for nearly 30 years. Except it doesn't have to be this way. A story or purpose has been touched upon ever so briefly in a few previous Mario Kart installments, but it's never been fleshed out into anything meaningful. In Mario Kart Wii, you could unlock characters by completing certain cups or beating certain time trial ghosts. On the DS, there was a whole mode dedicated to various missions, but all of them without an ultimate purpose. And in Mario Kart Live, we got the closest to a villain in Mario Kart we may have ever seen, simply by having Bowser Jr. and the Koopalings as non-playable racers on the track. While I'd never expect Nintendo to provide a fully independent story, it doesn't take much to join the dots between these elements they've already touched on to provide an ounce of meaning and progression to the game. A big bad guy you're trying to show who's boss by beating them around a series of Grand Prix. You could easily introduce cutscenes to drive the story, and various cups could be championed by unlockable characters who you have to beat and win the favour of if you want to race as them in the future. We've already seen Link as a playable racer, and we've got the Hyrule Cup. In this new single player mode, you could beat the cup, unlock Link, and away you go, onto the next set of races to try and get Isabelle to take arms against evil. At least you'd be working towards something other than a collection of trophy stickers. Oh yeah, and give me a trophy room I can walk around so I can humble brag to myself about how awesome of a 200cc driver I am while staring at my Leaf Cup, please. And onto the multiplayer. This one's easy, just fix your broken multiplayer from Mario Kart 8 and you're there. My bar really could not be much lower. Allow me to create a lobby with friends to then go into online races or private tournaments with. Don't let tournaments start until the host says it's time to race, and avoid races starting without everyone ready. Let me select precisely which items I want available in the custom race. Don't randomly select the race CC based on how good you think I am. Some days I'm feeling mirrored races, and some days I just want to chill in 100cc. Just let me choose that. And time trial ghosts? Why do we have to go online and look specifically to check if our friends have set a good ghost time and then download it to race against? Why not just show me all of my friends' times when I look at the ghost data for a track, automatically download the best one, and then let me select any others I wish to download and race freely against? And automatically upload my best goes for each track, please. Don't make me do that manually. And then please don't cap that at a minimum of 16 ghosts when there's 3 times as many tracks to race on. And last but not least, the items. Like how I expect there to be crossovers of tracks and characters from other Nintendo properties into the next Mario Kart, I expect the same could be said for a couple of items. Staying within the Mario universe, however, I'd expect to see maybe a Cappy item where you throw it like a boomerang, except if you hit someone you maybe swap places with them like the Swapper power-up in Rocket League's Rumble mode. The return of some older defensive items like the fake item block could make the front of the pack a bit more fun, as well as the return of the heart item from Double Dash. For those of you who didn't get to play Double Dash or don't remember this item, it was a special item available exclusively only to Princess Peach and Princess Daisy. When it was used, it was act as a shield for the pair, and pick up any items it came into contact with and allow them to be reused by the driver. Bananas, green shells, and even red shells could be picked up and rethrown if you used the heart, and it was a brilliant addition to the defensive item lineup, usable from nearly any position in the race. I'd also perhaps like to see the return of the Thundercloud item from Mario Kart Wii. This item would give you a constant boost in speed, but acted as a ticking time bomb, eventually lightning striking you if you held onto it for too long. If you did have the Lightning Cloud item activated on you, you could bump into another player and pass on the hot potato of a Thundercloud, and it was glorious. And lastly, on the item front, please just get rid of triple red shells. Maybe this is a personal gripe, but 1 red shell is enough. Considering you only have 2 item slots with potentially defensive items like a green shell or a banana, having an opponent behind you who can outgun you simply thanks to RNG with 0 counterplay is incredibly frustrating. I can tolerate blue shells because it's a harsh but fair catch-up mechanism. Lightning is also tolerable because everyone is in the same boat, but red shells are just too personal of an attack. With barely any counterplay, they need to go. And that's it, my heavily shortened wishlist for Mario Kart 9 if it ever does arrive. Honestly, there is so much more I could expand upon, and I could probably make an hour-long video on just some of the topics alone, but I wanted to give just an overview of what I'd expect in the next game. Did you agree with any of it? Maybe you disagreed venomously and want to let me know in the comments below. Either way, the more we talk about Mario Kart 9, the more likely it may be to happen, so don't let the discussion die. Thanks for watching, and if you did enjoy the video, please let me know by dropping a like below, and head over to twitch.tv/therichhomierob to come check out what we're up to 5 days a week. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you soon.